For my action research project, I worked with a third grade teacher from Harnett County. She was concerned with students' achievement in social studies. While these are bright students, they are not reaching their full potential. Students are not excited about it or engaged in the social studies curriculum. The problem this teacher is trying to address is the lack of student achievement in social studies. Increasing student achievement is an important concept in the education community. This is especially true with all the emphasis now being put on testing. In one particular classroom, students were having an especially hard time with social studies. The textbook seems to be a bit bland for the students, so the teacher tries to develop methods where she can teach the necessary material without lecturing from the book. However, the students are still having problems becoming engaged with the social studies curriculum. So what can this teacher do in order to get her students excited about social studies, leading to higher student achievement? In order to solve the problem and increase student achievement while creating excitement, the teacher will try using multidisciplinary integration. Multidisciplinary integration refers to using multiple subjects which are centered around one central theme. According to United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, the aim of curriculum integration lies in integration of learning experiences which are real and meaningful to the learner. Research shows a correlation between multidisciplinary integration and student achievement. In order to get students more excited about social studies, the curriculum will be integrated into the language arts curriculum. Students enjoy language arts, and the two can easily be combined, creating a more meaningful lesson. Incorporating the curriculum into language arts will hopefully boost engagement and student achievement. According to the Texas Middle School Association, when students participate in integrated activities, they display levels of commitment, energy, performance, and a greater level of responsibility. With these traits, students are able to enhance their ability to master concepts. With a newfound confidence and the ability to master concepts, students are able to work through problems and perform well on standardized tests. So how will this teacher go about integrating social studies into the language arts curriculum? Well, in this particular class, students enjoy and excel in language arts. They especially enjoy reading and discussing different stories and books. According to Adam Waxler, social studies can and should be integrated with language arts. Integrating subjects makes the material more meaningful to students. They are able to see how the curriculum is connected and learn in ways which help them achieve. The social studies goal which is trying to be reached is Goal 2. Goal 2 states students will analyze the multiple roles that individuals perform in families, workplaces, and communities. After talking to other teachers and analyzing her own classroom, the teacher decided the best way to incorporate social studies was through stories which reflected the main ideas of the curriculum. Students will complete a week-long unit where they will use children's books along with a variety of language arts concepts to analyze the roles and responsibilities of different community members. Using children's stories and books allows the students and teacher to discuss these aspects instead of just the teacher lecturing or students reading the textbook. By using this type of stories, it is also a great chance to incorporate diversity into the classroom. For example, when discussing individual roles of families, the teacher is able to choose books discussing the different cultures and their roles. Reading these different books gives the students the opportunity to apply their reading comprehension skills. This teacher will also incorporate language arts through writing. Students will be given a writing prompt where they are to choose one career which they have talked about. Using their summary skills, students will write a descriptive summary analyzing the career they have chosen to represent. In this summary, students will include the roles and responsibilities this career plays in the community. Not only does this assess the students' comprehension ability, but also enhances their writing skills. Students are given a chance to choose a career which they are interested in, creating relevance to their lives. According to Roller, Fear, and Herman, there needs to be learning opportunities drawn from the integrated curriculum where visible connections among the subject matter, the purposes, and everyday life experiences are created and maintained. Students are linking the material to their lives, creating a meaningful relationship. With this lesson, students are also able to express themselves through language arts. Through researching pieces of the social studies curriculum, students will once again be using their comprehension skills. Students must be able to read and comprehend the material presented in order to complete the following assignment. Using the information they have learned and the research of the career they chose, students will give an oral presentation to the class. Students will be responsible for determining the main idea and finding supporting details. If students are able to successfully utilize their reading skills, they should be able to create a clear, concise oral presentation. Again, testing their comprehension, as well as showing whether or not they paid attention, students will complete an exit ticket. On this exit ticket, students will be responsible for choosing a career other than the one they researched. Using the information presented in the oral presentations, students will need to determine 2 responsibilities of the specific career and 1 way in which a 3rd grade student could be helped or benefit from this career. So how will the teacher know whether implementing these strategies was successful in raising students' achievement in social studies? 3 points of data will be collected to determine whether or not the strategies were effective. The first set of data will come from the responses of the student's writing prompt. Were they interested in the material and putting forth the effort in their responses? Were they able to meet the goal of understanding community members' roles and responsibilities? The second point of data which will be analyzed will be the students' answers to the exit ticket. Were the students able to comprehend the information presented? Can they relay the information they heard? If the student is able to take what they have learned and put it into their own words, there is usually a pretty good indication the students understand the material. The final point of data is student behavior. One of the problems with students in social studies was the lack of engagement. By monitoring student behavior, the teacher can get an indication of whether or not students were engaged. With less classroom disruptions, students were more engaged. With more classroom disruptions, they were less engaged, and the strategy may not have been successful. So did the strategy work based off the analyzing of those 3 specific data points? Well, the teacher determined this was a successful strategy, which benefited the students. The average grade of the oral presentations was a 94. This is up from the previous unit average of 87. That's a 7-point gain. The average grade of the exit ticket responses was a 97, which is up from the previous average of 87. That is a 10-point gain over a 1-week unit. Student behavior was also a factor which was looked at. Using group work allowed the students a chance to socialize while also being productive. Classroom disruptions were kept to a minimum, allowing us to determine this was an effective strategy. So what was the overall opinion on implementing these strategies? From the experience, we were able to determine there was a positive overall opinion. This was a positive strategy, especially the fact that it benefited both the students and the teacher. For this group especially, using integration to teach difficult subjects proved to be an effective strategy. The students were able to learn in a way which interested them while still learning the necessary material. Students enjoy learning social studies through a language arts context. Not only were they able to learn the necessary material, but they also had the chance to use and enhance their language arts skills. Through her own analyzing of her classroom, consulting with other teachers, and research, this teacher was able to develop a system of integration. Using integration caused an increase in student achievement while maintaining a decrease in student behavior issues. The teacher attributes her success in this area through the integration of social studies with language arts.